This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What is going on, Knicks fans? Welcome back to Knicks Media. In today's video, I gotta break down the New York Knicks lineup heading into the 2024 and 25 season. You see the graphic on the screen. This is the Knicks' potential starting five. We're going to get into the bench unit for the Knicks as well and break down the overall depth chart in the roster heading into training camp, which will be in a month or two, I believe. Man, Knicks season all of a sudden is around the corner. We saw Jalen Brunson be named the captain of the New York Knicks. The press conference was a thing of beauty. We saw so many awesome New York greats honor Jalen Brunson. We saw so many people around the NBA honor Jalen Brunson. And now here we are today. I'm excited to give you guys my thoughts of the Knicks roster and their lineup. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section of the Knicks lineup heading into this NBA season, because Knicks fans, let's be honest with ourselves. This is the most stacked up roster on paper we have seen heading into a season in a long, long time, because not only do they look good on paper with the starting five, but the depth of this Knicks roster is the best part about it all, because we all know that last year was a unfortunate scenario with the injury bug. But now this year, if the worst case scenario happens again, which it won't, by the way, I don't want to speak that into existence, we're prepared for injuries. This Knicks team is loaded up. They added Bridges to this roster, which was already looking good. OG's here long-term. Brunson taking that player, extension to give the Knicks that financial security for the long-term. It's a thing of beauty here. I'm excited to share my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show, folks. Let's get straight into business. Now, let's start off with the starting five, because I think this starting five is going to be absolutely dangerous. And I feel like this Knicks team, by the way, has a chance to win like 54, 55 plus games in the regular season with this starting five alone. You got Jalen Brunson, you got Bridges, Anunoby, Randall, and Robinson. The first thing that jumps off the screen to me when we first traded for Bridges and we officially extended OG was the fact that we have both Bridges and Anunoby on this team together. It feels like a cheat code. I mean, I've been saying it since we brought in Bridges, but at the end of the day, if you're an NBA team in today's, league, you need to have at least one elite perimeter wing. And we now have two in Bridges and OG. I mean, Bridges playing the two is a mismatch because he can guard any player 1 through 5. So can OG. And now that we have Bridges at the 2 and OG at the 3, with Julius Randle coming back off of injury and Mitchell Robinson when healthy, this is a defensive juggernaut lineup mixed in with really good offense, because Jalen Brunson's going to lead the Knicks in scoring yet again. Jalen Brunson is probably going to have his best season of his career, in my opinion, and that's going to be hard to top, because what he did last year was literally MVP caliber. He finished 5th, I believe, in MVP voting, which was a really cool thing to see, that Jalen Brunson is already in the MVP conversation. Now, you look at the starting five as well. Mitchell Robinson staying healthy is pretty much the biggest X factor for me, because when he's healthy, bro, you got OG, Bridges, and Robinson. That's a defensive trio that is going to be able to lock things down to start off games. And then Julius Randle is that player that is just so polarizing amongst Knicks fans, because I look at Julius and I see him mixed with Bridges and OG and Brunson and Robinson with that starting five. Julius Randle does not have to feel like he needs to put the team on his back. He doesn't feel like he needs to go out there and get isolation and go one-on-one, because when he gets double teamed, which, by the way, Randall will still get his double teams when he drives to the paint because he's a bruiser down low, it's going to open up OG on the wing to hit down a three-pointer. It's going to open up Bridges in the corner. It's going to open up Jalen Brunson. So the starting five for the New York Knicks is set. I absolutely love it. I feel like Knicks fans are going to love it as well right when we start off the season, because I get giddy every time I look at this graphic I made of our potential starting five. And speaking of Jalen Brunson being in the MVP conversation, I had to give you guys the odds of Jalen Brunson winning the MVP, brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook. You guys see the odds right here on the screen. Jalen Brunson is at plus 2,000 on BetUS Sportsbook to win MVP. So if you guys put $100 on BetUS, that will win you over $2,000. Now, if you guys want to sign up for BetUS, you can get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. This is the best sportsbook in the industry, folks. 24/7 payout, 24/7 customer service. You get your own custom-made account manager. So if you guys want to sign up for BetUS, that link is down below in the description. Definitely open up your account and get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Shout out to BetUS.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Those plus 2,000 odds for Brunson to win MVP, in my opinion, a little disrespectful. But hey, we shall see. I bet you by midseason, the odds for Brunson to win MVP is going to be a lot different. I promise you that. Now let's get into the bench unit for the New York Knicks. And I do not have a graphic to show you guys, but I'll list it off for you guys. So we got Deuce McBride, of course, coming in off the bench. Right behind Jalen Brunson. We brought in Cameron Payne. You got Dante DiVincenzo. You still got Josh Hart. We brought back Precious Achiuwa, which is a big plus. We have Jericho Sims as well. I mean, we have all the rookies in Tyler Kolek, McCullough Jr., Pacome Dadier, and Huck Porty. We also got Bates Diop in that trade. So I feel like the Knicks bench unit is going to be interesting because who's going to be in the rotation to start off the season with Tom Thibodeau? Because we all know that he likes to run a tight rotation. It's not going to be all these players playing. If I had to guess, it's going to be DiVincenzo and Hart, of course, playing off the bench. I think Deuce McBride is also going to be in off the bench, and Precious Achiuwa. Now, is Precious going to be the guy to be the starting five, not starting, but the backup 5 behind Mitchell Robinson? As of right now, Knicks fans are still waiting to see if we're going to make a move for a new big man coming in off the bench behind Mitchell Robinson. But as of right now, it's Jericho Sims and it's Precious Achiuwa. Those are our 2 big men to come in off the bench for Mitchell Robinson. So the Knicks go small, right? Are we going to see some lineups with Randall even at the 5, with DiVincenzo coming in, and it's Brunson, Devo, Anunoby, Bridges, Randall? Like, there's a lot of different ways that Tom Thibodeau can get these players on the court and expect them to play a lot of small ball when Mitchell Robinson is on the bench resting. So I also feel like Cameron Payne is such a interesting addition to the Knicks roster. Is he going to be in the rotation right away? Like, are we going to see Cameron Payne, like, be a guy that comes in off the bench right away? Is he going to take Deuce McBride's minutes? Is Tyler Kolek going to be able to get on the court? I feel like the only way the rookies get on the court, even though we were impressed by some of them in the summer league, is injuries or something like that. Like, I feel like the point guard and the shooting guard position for Tyler Kolek, it's going to be hard for him to get there. He has Brunson, of course, as a starter. You got Cameron Payne now they brought in, and you got McBride. Now, McBride, I won't say is your, main point guard. I would kind of put Deuce McBride as a combo guard, more an off-ball type of player that can play the 2 next to Jalen Brunson. And by the way, I really hope that Tom Thibodeau puts Jalen Brunson on the court with Deuce McBride at the same time, because when they did that at the end of the season last year, like, for example, the first time that Tom Thibodeau put Deuce McBride at the starting position next to Jalen Brunson, that was against the Golden State Warriors in Golden State, if you guys remember that West Coast trip they went on. And that was the first time we saw Deuce play next to Brunson, and they looked really good together because Deuce was the defensive juggernaut while Brunson was organizing the offense and doing his thing. Now, I don't know where Payne is going to do. Like, is he going to be in the rotation right away? Let me know in the comments if you think he will. I'd have to assume not. And is he going to be coming in off the bench in a rotational role, or maybe, when injuries start coming, potentially, then he gets in there? I don't know. I'd be really shocked if Tom Thibodeau is going to go to Payne over McBride. That's how I look at it. I feel like Payne may be the primary point guard behind Brunson, but I would also like Tyler Kolek to get the ball and get an opportunity to see what he can do as a rookie. Also, Bates Diop is an interesting player off the bench. Is he going to be in the rotation? I'd have to assume not. I don't think Bates Diop is going to get any minutes on this Knicks roster with how loaded we are. He's just there for depth if something does happen. He is an intriguing player to watch out for, though, because he was drafted to Minnesota when Tom Thibodeau was there. And then the front court, right? We got Julius Randle, Precious Achiuwa, and Jericho Sims, and Huck Porty at the 4 and 5 spot with that depth. I think that's pretty deep right now, but I think Knicks fans are not satisfied with that. And then last but not least, Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart has a chance to be like one of the best players in off the bench, as well as Dante DiVincenzo. Those are the 2 players that literally carried the Knicks in the whole playoffs. It was Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart. That was the heart and soul of that team, no pun intended, to help the Knicks go deep in the playoffs last year. So the fact that they're both coming in off the bench is pretty ridiculous. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, folks. This is the Knicks lineup in the roster heading into training camp. I think the Knicks have a really, really fun team, and Knicks fans are super excited. Expectations should be through the moon heading into this season. So again, sound off in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Another shout out to BetUS for powering today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's go, Knicks. Peace out, folks.